So you have some sticks and some other things you found outside. The first thing you want to do is really just start building your structure. You need something for some strength. So how do I get pieces to hold together? Well, one thing you can do is you can simply tie or lash a couple of pieces together. So I've taken these two sticks and I've tied them together with some twine. They're still movable, but they're going to help me out with starting to build. So it's pretty simple. You just take any kind of string, yarn, whatever you have on hand, and can take a couple of pieces and I simply tie them, and I want to go in one direction and then I want to come across and go the opposite way, and then the opposite way again, so that I'm getting those nice and strong, kind of going in lots of different directions. And then ultimately it's kind of nice to end up with your two tails coming across to meet each other in the middle. And when you tie them, I'm just going to make a basic tie. If I go over, now I'm starting with this hand, so I'm going to go on top of the other one, just pull it tight, and then I would start with my other hand first and go on top of that one and pull tight. That's going to give you a little bit stronger knot. So these are lashed together. I might want to keep that extra or snip it off. And like I said, they still move a little bit, so you can still work with how you're going to fit them to other pieces. You also might not want them to be in a perfect X like this. You might want to bend them even a little bit more once you have this, and then tie them to secure them so they're tighter this way. Another thing that you can do is you can glue pieces together. I like to use hot glue because it's really quick. So if I'm hot gluing a couple of sticks together, it is kind of nice to work with sticks that have a little bit of like a crook in them, so that kind of helps to hold them. So I would take a little bit of hot glue and put it there. You want to be very careful with hot glue, especially if it's high temp hot glue, because if I were to touch this right now, it would burn my fingers. If it's low temp, it's not quite as dangerous. So I'm going to hold it, and those will stick, and they're already fairly stuck together. I would probably want to take some twine and go around those again, just so that they hold a little bit better. Wood glue is awesome as well, but wood glue takes a long time to cure. So if you use a little bit of wood glue, you pretty much have to tie it up afterwards. You don't have to use just string. You could use other things, like if you have twisty ties or pipe cleaners or really thin wire. All of those things work really nicely too. So basically you're just going to figure out some different ways to start putting pieces together. When you're looking for sticks, I recommend looking for pieces that are curvy and have a lot of interesting curve to them, because horses are not stick straight. And if you can get some nice curves, you're going to be able to figure out, you know, oh, this looks like the back of a horse, or this looks like it could come up and be its neck, or whatever. You're going to have a lot more fun playing with the form if you get some things with curves. Another thing that's kind of nice to look for when you're looking for sticks is to find something with a V in it that's fairly solid, because that's good for building structure too.